What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NFL video with your boy. This is for Thursday Night Showdown. Drop a like down below, comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Let's start this week 8 off with a bang. I'm incredibly excited for this game. We've got some really good spots here, and I have a really good feel on this slate in general. Greenlightdfs.com to join the squad for week 8. Make sure you do it before the Thursday Night Showdown starts so you get everything included this weekend. Let's go ahead and get it. Starting off at captain, my favorite play on this entire slate has got to be Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray just gives you such an amazing floor with his feet, plain and simple. His upside is ridiculous. It's the most of anybody on this entire slate as well. And Kyler Murray's just in a fantastic position, plain and simple. He's at home in Arizona. I mean, he is the guy that all of the versions that I've built so far have been Kyler Murray at captain focal point. Now, there are certain scenarios that could happen here is like if for some reason because Devontae Adams is out for Green Bay, maybe that keeps Green Bay really struggling here, and Arizona just blows them the hell out. Then yeah, that'll affect Kyler Murray some. But I'm expecting Green Bay to keep it close still. I mean, yes, they're without Devontae Adams, but Aaron Rodgers obviously is the beast that he is. They have an amazing running back, Aaron Jones. They still have Randall Cobb at the receiving core. I mean, they've got some options to throw the ball to. So I'm not too worried about it. I think the game's going to be fairly close still. This game is in Arizona, so I'm going to go with Kyler Murray with his upside, his safety, and everything at captain. He's the guy that I'm really trying to get into captain today. So I really love Kyler Murray. Another core that I'm going with, I just mentioned him a second ago, and that's Randall Cobb. Love Randall Cobb. I'm damn near locking him in every version I make today because with no Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb is going to be that guy. We already know Randall Cobb and Aaron Rodgers have that rapport. They've played together before for years. Obviously, Rodgers loves Randall Cobb, and with Devontae Adams off the field, Randall Cobb's going to get so many targets here. I mean, he's damn near locked here. I wouldn't be surprised he's super chalky, but at the end of the day, don't try to get cute. It is a single game showdown slate. Just take the value where it is obvious and then try to get different somewhere else. So Randall Cobb is a fantastic option. No Devontae Adams due to COVID-19. Not only that, but you have Alan Lazard also out for COVID-19. You've got Valdez Scantling, who might be coming back, I believe, is traveling to Arizona for Thursday's game and hopes to play. So Valdez Scantling's hoping to play. That doesn't do much to Randall Cobb. I'm still loving Randall Cobb, doesn't matter. But that makes Valdez Scantling interesting. But coming off IR, his snap count's going to be controlled. He's going to be watched. So I still don't really have too much love in that. In GPP, if you want to take a chance at Valdez Scantling possibly catching a bomb or a long touchdown like he normally tends to do on certain occasions, then you can take that chance. He is only 3.8. If he ends up in the end zone, it could be great. But yeah, I'm not too interested in it. Obviously, Tanyan is a guy as well who's going to get a bump here with no Devontae Adams. Tanyan has those out of nowhere huge games sometimes, and with Devontae out, you got to expect he's going to rely on this dude, especially in the red zone here against Arizona. Really love this spot here for them. And don't forget, I mean, with Watt out as well on that defensive line for Arizona, I mean, there's going to be less pressure as well on Aaron Rodgers. So, regardless if with Adams in or not, Adams still has professional athletes to throw the ball to who are in the NFL in general, and they'll be good enough for him. Trust me. So Robert Tanyan is a guy that I would expect him to lean on as well in this matchup. Fantastic spot for him as well at 4.6. I do love him. The other core guy that I'm really focused on here is Aaron Jones. Reason being is because when you take a guy like Devontae Adams off of an offense, Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers are the most lethal duo in the entire NFL. You take Devontae Adams off that field, who is the other star that they're most likely going to lean on? And that's Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams is that Green Bay offense. If you take one of them off the field, the other one's going to just get all the attention. And that's exactly what I'm expecting to happen here. You take Devontae Adams off the field for Green Bay, I'm expecting them to rely not on the obviously they're going to throw the ball still because they're going to have to against Arizona. But I'm expecting a lot of little screen passes to Aaron Jones. I'm expecting a lot of little dump offs to Aaron Jones, and I'm also expecting a good amount of carries and a good amount of work for Aaron Jones because when you don't have Devontae Adams, you damn sure better have the run game being able to, get you some yards. You damn sure need to lean on that run a little heavier with Devontae Adams out. So I'm expecting them to lean on Aaron Jones a good bit here. Expect Aaron Jones to possibly have another one of those gigantic games that we've seen him have before. And yeah, He's just going to be more of a focal point in this offense than we're used to even seeing with when Devontae Adams is healthy. So expect them to lean on their other star while one of their stars is out. So I really love Aaron Jones, and he's also been a focal point for me today. Let's talk about other guys. So that's the core. Kyler Murray at captain, Randall Cobb with no Devontae Adams, and Aaron Jones with no Devontae. Let's talk about the other options we have on this slate. On the Arizona receiving side, honestly, my favorite like receiver on this Arizona squad is probably the running back and Chase Edmonds. I mean, there's other options as well. Obviously, Hopkins is questionable. Let's check and see if there's any updates on his situation. He's still listed as questionable. Hamstrings can be lingering issues, man. I'm expecting he would play, but with hamstring issues, there's a solid chance that maybe they scale back his snap count. So no matter what, even if he's active, they'll probably scale back his snap count a little bit, and other guys might get a little boost here because hamstring injuries are so tough to heal from, especially for wide receivers. It's such a big deal for them. Like a lot of times, you'll see them ending up being big deals for wide receivers. Like they end up being hampered by it for a good bit. So Hopkins, keep an eye on that situation. Even if he's in, I'm not going to have much of him dealing with a hamstring issue. I'm just not willing to take that risk on a guy leaving the game early because of a hamstring. I'm really not. So I'm not going to take that chance. Yes, Hopkins and GPPs could obviously go crazy. At all points he could, especially when you're playing Kyler Murray at captain. I can understand you trying to force Hopkins in, but I prefer some cheaper options. I do prefer like I'm down to go like a Zach Ertz here at 6'2". Chase Edmonds is the guy for Arizona I really, really like today. I really like Chase Edmonds because he'll be involved in both aspects. He'll get about 10 to 15 carries as well as getting about 4 or 5 targets depending on how this game is going here. So I really like that spot. What else? I talked about Tanyan being a guy I like. Both kickers are playable. I prefer the Arizona's kicker, Prater, at home in Arizona than I do Crosby's. But maybe Crosby ends up doing great because Green Bay stalls in the red zone. Normally they're used to being able to look at Devontae Adams in the red zone. Maybe this hurts him a good bit here, and Crosby ends up getting a good bit of field goals. I could see that happening as well. And at 4K, he's viable. Valdez Scantling, I talked about him a little bit earlier. He is coming off the IR, so his snap count 100% will not be normal. He will be severely limited, and it is a big risk to take a risk on him. There is somebody that I'm willing to take more of a risk on here, and that is Rodgers. All right, Amari Rodgers is a guy I'm really interested in here because you take Devontae Adams off the field, some guys are going to get some chances, and Rodgers is a guy I'm willing to take a shot on him getting some extra snaps here with Devontae. Sorry, my cleaning lady's vacuuming right outside the door. Amari Rodgers should get extra snap count here. He's only $400, and at 400, you guys know how it goes. On Showdown slates, I like to find that like super cheap guy in the hundreds that can end up getting me a good amount of points. And if he gets a touchdown, we're on takedown mode. And Amari Rodgers, I'm definitely looking at these cheap Green Bay receivers. I'm definitely looking at this range right here, trying to figure out which guy I prefer. I really like Amari Rodgers as my guy at 400. He is the guy that I think is very, very slick here. He's 400, super duper cheap. So really, I mean, as long as my other guys that I'm spending up for do well, I don't really even think I need much from him at all. If he can get me a couple catches, I'll even be happy. So at 400, Amari Rodgers with no Devontae Adams, I'm definitely interested. And don't forget, it's not just Devontae out. Allen Lazard is also out. So Green Bay is hurt receiving wise. So definitely focus in on some of these cheap Green Bay receivers as your value today. And Amari Rodgers is the guy I'll be leaning on. And that's about it, y'all. We got Kyler Murray at captain. Randall Cobb is my favorite Green Bay receiver today. And then Aaron Jones with no Devontae Adams. I'm expecting them to lean heavier on him. And I expect him to have a big game here. I'm really excited about this game in general. I know Devontae's out, and I wish he was in. The game would be even better. But honestly, builds would be a lot harder with Devontae Adams in because he's expensive, obviously. How much do they? He would have been 11K on this slate. So it would have been really hard to make lineups if Devontae Adams was in. With him being out, it really opens things up for some really huge upside today. So I really, really love this spot. Once again, Amari Rodgers is my value at 400 that I really like with him out. Robert Tanyan, I could see him obviously having a fantastic game. Um, both kickers are fine. And then on the Arizona side, James Conner, Kirk, Edmonds, Green. Ertz. I'm okay with all of these guys right here in this zone. I do prefer Edmonds over Connor. I'll have more of that. If you do think Arizona gets up and smashes Green Bay by a lot, then James Conner will be interesting here. He'll probably get a ton of carries just with them winding the clock down. But I think the game's going to be competitive regardless. So that's the game script I'm kind of planning for. I'm planning for the game to stay competitive. I don't think Aaron Rodgers gets blown out here at all. With the way he's been playing lately, I don't see that happening. And with J.J. Watt out for Arizona, they're not going to be putting as much pressure on Rodgers as sorry as they're hoping to. So I'm really expecting him to have plenty of time back there, and really, regardless of what receivers he has, he's Aaron Rodgers, and he makes things work. So I really like this core that we got here. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Let's go ahead and smash this Thursday night showdown and start week 8 with a bang. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. Let's get it. I'm out.